Hello, it's Lucy. Wouldn't you know, I forgot that I had an order coming in from Ranger. So Ranger must have sent me a coupon, and I've got enough stuff to get started with watercolors and stuff and acrylic paints and all that. But I saw these. I was in a mood for, it's January. Where can I journal? I need paper. A booklet would be great. So this is what I got from Ranger. It's all Dylusions stuff, I believe. I got these Dylusions coloring sheets. They're 24 sheets, and I couldn't see that on the Ranger website. It was so small. If I could have, I would have ordered more. These were $1, and I only bought the one, and I regret it now that I didn't buy more because these would have been great stocking stuffers for Christmas for my sisters. We all love to color, but look at this. There's 2 of each, and they're thick enough so you could use like watercolors or whatever you want on these. Neocolor crayons, pencils, and then watercolor. They're really cute. So my sisters and I all love to color, and sometimes we just gather just to color. So that would have been great, and it's on a hard board there, cardboard. So okay, we got that one, and then I got this one. It's called a Creative Diary, and I think this one was $8. Let me show you what this one looks like. These were so cool. I opened them and I took a look. So this one has a pocket here. I don't know if you can see the pocket, but here is the pocket. And it's a big it's a large pocket. You can put a lot of stuff in there. It's not tight at all. And then it's this booklet. See, the booklet is stuck on here, but it's actually, separate, like a booklet. Then you open it, and it has the days of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and they're not numbered, so you can use this whenever. And then on this side, it has beautiful decorative paper. So, like if I decide to use this for a goal that I'm setting, I could use it and do daily and then put a photo here. Or I could use it if I do like Project Life sort of like weekly and just do one photo for a whole week. I could do that too and use this and be done with it. Have the whole year done in one booklet, because there's enough pages here. I don't know how many, but there's enough. And they all have all the pages are decorated differently. For $8, this is like great. I could have got my sisters one of these too. But sometimes you don't think, you're just thinking, what can I get? I get the keyword, and you forget that other people. Here's one that I can color myself. Most of them are not the color myself. Most of them are already colored in. Aren't those pretty? So all of them have different patterns. I absolutely love this. Different colors. So anyway, that's this book. It's very nice. And then this one, I believe, was a creative journal. It says, used with Dylusions ink, sprays, paint, stamps, stencils, and more. Sturdy chipboard cover, contains 48 unlined pages, includes an envelope, and here it is. So let me show you this. I already opened it. So there's an envelope here, back here. I'm not going to take this off right now, but suffice it to say there is an envelope there with one of these ties, the ones that go like that. So it's in there. I'm in my kitchen again, so excuse me if you see all my kitchen stuff. And then this is just what it said. They're blank pages, but they're very thick, very, very thick for use with watercolor. And these are so pretty. And I was just thinking, what am I going to use this for? And I had a thought. You know how I make lots of purchases? Yeah, you guys would know. But I could get my stencils and just have like a stencil day and get this book out and play with each of my stencils. You know, a stencil there, a stencil here. They don't have to go together. But just, you know, stencils, and then I could write random words of what I'm thinking on there as well. Sort of like a diary, like a journal, but with my stencils. And it would also be good because then I'll know I could label it in the corner and label the stencil that I use so that if I want to use it again, I know what it looks like. Like a reference, you know how we do our inks, we do those little swatches. So this would be like a large stencil swatch book. That would be great. So then I know what my stencils look like and I could pull them from, you know, from here, use this as a reference. There's a lot of pages. Did I say 48? Yes, 48 unlined pages. So I love this. Unless I can think of something else to do with it. We could also do it like inks. Well, I could do the same thing, a stencil with an ink color, another stencil with another ink color and reference the ink colors, or 2 or 3 ink colors and reference them. Could do that too. That's a good idea. Anyway, I've got this now, so I can play with it. One more, this one was $23. And I don't, you know, I had a coupon, so I don't know what I actually paid for it, but it was $23. And this one was, I believe, $27. And it's called a Square Ledger Journal. And it's also 48 pages, pre-printed. It's grid, dot, and ledger. So all 3 types of pages in here. And let me make sure it's 48. Yep, 48. So I can't see very well sometimes. But, and it also has the envelope right there in the back, in the front. And then here we go. And so like ledger, graph, ledger, and a different type. See, that's like, this is like a regular writing pad almost, and then this one's this type of ledger. And then the dot grid there. And then another ledger, graph, dot grid. So these are cool. So for this, I was thinking, the reason I bought it is because I thought I could do some bullet journaling. Now I thought, bullet journaling, you know, do I have enough things to bullet journal? But the other day, I'm not gonna say the other day, I think it was like the beginning of January, I was making lists, and I still have it. This paper, this awkward paper that I was gonna throw away, but I did a lot of bullet journaling on it. And I mean, I had 10 or 15 bullets under each heading that I was working on. I can't remember what it is now, but I have all those bullets. So that I could have done in here and kept it, right? For a memory of what I was thinking in January. I could go back and find that paper on my desk and put those bullets in here. And so, because I know I did it in early January, as a reference of what I was thinking in January 2026, you know. Maybe I did plans for the new year of some sort. I can't remember at this point. But I'm getting into bullet journaling, and I am a list maker. I love lists. So this other side is perfect. The part with the ledger is perfect because I can do all sorts of lists. I mean, I sit here and think of something, and then I do lists. Like I was discussing with my husband, you know, how are we gonna, you know, what are we gonna tackle in the house, you know? And so we've had a lot of projects, and we've been here since, I think, 2022. And the first year we dealt with issues with my mother. I was taking care of my mother, and then she passed, and we buried her in October. And then right in February of the following year, my husband was diagnosed with cancer, and we dealt with that with a couple of years. So we sort of like pushed things off. We put things on hold. And then I was dealing with some medical issues that I think are getting resolved now. I feel the best that I felt in a very long time. So we were like thinking, what are we going to do? What's our projects? And our first project was lighting on the outside. You know those little lights that are next to the door, next to the garage, and in the back porch? We needed new ones. Ours are like gold and they're all chipped and creepy looking. So my husband tackled that real quick. I got on all kinds of places on the internet. I looked at Lowe's, I looked at Home Depot, I looked at high-end stuff in Scottsdale. I looked at, different lighting places, Hinckley's and all different kinds of lighting places, and I could not find anything. But I had an idea, and so I sent like 8 different ideas to my husband, and then he actually got on Amazon and found the ones that I wanted, that I liked. So we just received them yesterday, at least the front ones. We have a different one for the back. So that's done, right? And then what's number 2? We need other lighting too. I need a light for the kitchen, and we need a new light for the family room. Our fan, doesn't work, and our fan in our bedroom doesn't work. So those need to be repaired. So we came up with, I didn't actually make a written list, but we came up with a verbal list, a verbal idea of where we need to go, what are the steps. So that's great. I mean, if we use all of this here, and if we get 1 or 2 things done a month, that's good for me. It doesn't have to be like we need to wipe out 1 thing every week or something like that. We're not going to put that pressure on ourselves. So where we can, we'll do 1 or maybe 2 things a month, but that's it. So that could be also good for this journal. So I'm just giving you ideas of what you could do. Heck, you could use it for your pets, planning with your pets food. You can put in there allergies that your pets have, the dates you take your pets to the doctor, what are their, if they have ear issues, you can put the different medications in here. You could use that just for that, You could use it for your kids. I forget, kids. I could use it for my grandkids if I wanted to, things going on with them. So there's a lot of things you could use this ledger for. So I absolutely loved it. And I said it was $27. I don't know what the sale price was, but I didn't pay the $27 for it because I had that coupon. And I rarely get anything from Ranger as far as coupons. It's not like, Echo Park. I think we get every single month of the year, there's a warehouse sale at the end of each month. No, it's not that. This is like rare that you get something from Ranger. And like I said, I wasn't looking for mixed media anymore. I've got enough of it. So then I thought this would be a great staple to start with. And when I look for these, like when I've looked for this creative journal, this one, I've looked for it before. And everywhere is always sold out with the white, okay? I've got this in black. I've never used it, but I also have it in black, a black pages. But I could. So anyway, just wanted to show you this, this haul. Thanks for joining me. If you think of any other ideas, jot them down for me. I'd appreciate that. Thank you very much. Bye.